Good morning and welcome to America's Home Cooking. I'm going to try something today. I don't know if it's going to work. I am going to try to make a Creole Cajun sausage called Chaurice. And they say it's spicy and that it's good with potatoes and sauerkraut. It's good in dishes like gumbo, and it's very spicy. And it's good with eggs. It makes a good breakfast too. So I have hamburger buns. You know, it just sounds too good. I'm going to try it as a hamburger. So anyway, I don't know how this is going to work. But it says I need 2 1/5 pounds of pork butt. Well, I have 3 1/4 pounds here, so let me start cutting and see what I can come up with what they want, and the rest I will just sit there and put in the freezer. Alright, now I know half of it would be almost 2 pounds, so let's slice it here and see where I go. Now you can use a food processor or a meat grinder. Just generalizing this for you. Oh my God, let's see. That's 2 1/8, 4. That's 8 and that's 4 and that's 1. I just need a hair more, and I've got it. Dang, that's 1 ounce, and you want, okay, 1/5. I gotta do my math. Just let me just work on this. 2. That's how much more I needed. You have to admit, that's good. That was really good. I didn't expect to come that close. Listen, I'm going to pause you for a minute because I got to wrap this and freeze it. Okay, I'm going to have to cut this meat so I could push it through a grinder. So I'm going to be cutting it in strips like this so it can go through my grinder. I'm using my electric one. I don't have a manual one, but it looks like I am going to have to invest into one. I have the electric one, but they sit there, and I just read that somebody brought it to my attention that they're only going to last about 3 years. I use a lot of pasta, so that's why I got a manual pasta machine. It won't make lasagna for me, so I said I'm going to have to go in a different direction. So as you can see, I'm going to be slicing and dicing this up before I grind it. Then we'll be putting the seasonings into it. And this you can freeze, or you can sit there and put it in the refrigerator and have it for a couple of days. But I have to learn how to do casings. I don't know how to do that yet, so I can be honest with you. I don't know, but I'm hoping to learn. And who's best to talk to than a butcher? You know? 'Cause I'd like to try to make that bacon sausage, which I think would be interesting. It's got a lot of spices in it, but if it has to be smoked, I'm going to have to buy a smoker. And believe you me, I know zip about smoking. I don't even smoke cigarettes. And I had a wonderful surprise yesterday. My younger brother, I haven't spoken to him since I was 20, and I'm 70-something. He got in touch with me. That's a long time. I'm talking 50 years. I haven't heard from him. Almost didn't recognize him because I know him by his nickname. We always called him one name and never the other one, so I was really surprised to hear from him. Because I always remember him going around the neighborhood telling every mother that Mommy won't give me a cookie. He's been all afternoon giving this sob story. He got so many cookies, he was never hungry at dinner. My mother and one of the women said, "Why don't you let your little one have cookies? Go." And she said, "Yeah, he eats cookies." She found out what he was doing. That put an end to that in a hurry. She let the neighborhood know that he gets his cookies. The things we remember from our younger years, mind-boggling. I'm sure any grinder that you use or food processor, you have to cut the meat. You can't leave it in big pieces. But I know that I did the chicken and apple, and it definitely stated long, thin strips. So I'm going to feed it through. Now they're talking about plates, which are the grinders. I only have one on mine, so I'm going to use the grinder that I have on it. It looks like I'm going to have to get a manual one so I can get the different plates. And if I learn how to stuff casings, I'll have to buy a stuffer to make my job easier. So as you can see, really it's not making my job easier. I enjoy cooking, so this is no big deal for me. But anyway, it was nice to hear from my younger brother. I hadn't heard from him in so long. And why didn't we stay in touch? There was an issue going on that I didn't want to deal with anymore, and I just said no more, and I walked away. I never got in touch with anybody again. I closed that part of my chapter of my life. And as to what happened, I ain't a-talking. See why you need a boner knife? Much better than any other knife when it comes to handling meat. Now a lot of sausages, believe it or not, they do want the pork butt. From what I've read, ones that don't have to be smoked. Ones that have to be smoked have other things in them. But I figured if I do put the money out for that small smoker, because it's just my sons and I now, so, and I'm not cooking for every Tom, Dick, and Harry, you know, as they say. I could put it out on the porch. I'm thinking of how to do this, because I can't do it in the house because it's going to have smoke. So, and yes, I'm doing the fat and all as well. They didn't say trim it, so. So a pig should never shake his backside too much because everybody starts thinking sausage. He says, "You like my butt?" Absolutely. Just think of what I'm going to do with it. Ah. I haven't gotten my machine out yet, so I'm going to have to put you on pause when I'm done doing this because I have to set it up. That should do it. I'm so excited about doing this, believe it or not. I've been reading this book long enough. I don't know everything, but they got sausages with wines. I said, ooh, that sounds good too, you know? I mean, I can get the plain Chaurice in the store. It's sort of flat, you know? But this one's Creole. So you know it's going to have a bite to it. If you're in Louisiana, I'm sure you sit there and say, oh yeah, that's ours. I even asked that night of meat that I brought seasonings, could they make sausage for me? You know, tell them what I want, they make it. He said, it depends upon how much you want made. So I know he's not going to make a pound of something, but if you want like 5 pounds or something, I'm sure he'll be more than amenable to do it. You bring the seasonings, and he'll put it in the sausage. There's some of this I can't do, but I know some of it he can do, at least until I get everything. And I have a Polish kielbasa here, and I love kielbasa. Oh, to be able to make a kielbasa. Ooh la la, as they say. Let me rinse this off. And since my Polish store has closed, because of what the city's done and raising taxes and all, and making it more difficult for businesses to run, businesses are closing down, which is not healthy. So let me go get my grinder, and I will be back. Okay, we're getting ready. Let's see, it says press the power. It tells you, I don't use this very often. Now they say press the forward button to grind clockwise for 6 minutes. Now it's only going to be working for 6 minutes. This is so nice to have, I'm not going to lie to you. Because so much you can do. Because you have to buy what they say people like. But you might want to try something new. good timing. We got 3.5 minutes left. But I do like this one because it's a small one, but it does work well. I hope it lasts longer than 3 years. Two and a half minutes. Just about done. We've got 1 minute left, and that's the end of the grind. See, I'm not making 10 pounds or anything else, so this works well for me. Just pushing the rest through. And I still have 1.5 minutes to go. See, I'll show you, it's right there, finishing up. That's it. Put this in water. And I'll put on the side because I don't want it to get soaked and rusted. What I did was just take it apart. And about a tablespoon didn't grind through, but a tablespoon, hey, that is good. Very, very good. So let me put my machine away and I'll be back. Okay, there's some ingredients we have to mix. I've already put it in a bowl here. You're going to need 2 garlics. They don't say what size, so, you know. And we are going to, I guess, slap it and chop it really, really fine. Before we get to the seasonings, I'm adding all of this in first. All right, they want two garlic. see the hot peppers put into this thing. They want 1 cup of finely chopped onion. I don't know how many onions that will take, so I'm going to be collecting these again. By the way, the onion skin, the way it was done, when I go to do it again, I will definitely show you all the steps of how we have to do it. I'll show you how to make your own if you want to use the onion peeling, which has a nice smoky flavor. I know in the winter I won't be doing it because I will be putting it in my stock then, but for the summer I can sit there and do it. Okay, this first layer's got to come off. Oh, I'm gonna cry on this note. Oh, Lord have mercy. This onion is really something that's gonna let me know it's here. At least with my sausage, you're going to see bits and particles and everything. Oh, forgive me. I just get very emotional over onions. Oh. Sandra, what are you putting it there for? You have to measure out a cup first. Oh. I think this onion is going to be big enough. It's going to have me in tears. Yeah, this onion will definitely make a cup. If I've got half a cup with half of it, the other half is definitely going to do the other half. So I don't have to worry about that anymore. 1 good size onion. What took me so long is I forgot where I put my bay leaves, my backup. I tell you, I need a bigger pantry. You think about it. This is a good sized kitchen, but it's not big enough for what I want to do. I want to smoke meats. I want to sit there and dehydrate. I want to do, there's so much I want to do in the kitchen. Just make it really good. And then you have things that are pickling. And then you have things you've got to date and you've got to check every week. So you got to put that in the corner on the side. Then you get your yeast going. The whole kitchen is full of life. By the way, the apple brownies are delicious. Oh, good God almighty. Oh. So 1 good sized onion will give you your cup. Oh, let me put that other onion over. These are, oh God. Now, you buy a bunch of parsley, right? They want, listen to how much parsley they want in this. They want half a bunch. didn't even undo this one yet. They want half of this bunch. And that's what you're going to put in it. And they say finely chopped. At least my sausage doesn't have any fillers in it. It's all whole meat. And that's what I like about it. Because you know, a lot of sausages, the parts that they take aren't actually the meat. They actually take the meat from around the bones and stuff and use that, and then they put fillers and stuff in it, so you're not getting the real meat and stuff of the protein. So when you make your own sausage, you're guaranteed you're getting what you're doing. And they do have some sausages in the book that have fillers in them. I'll be bringing the bowl over in a minute. This is the last of the chopping that we have to do. Now we have to bring the seasonings in. So let me put my parsley up and get some more stuff, and I'll be right back. Okay, here are the seasonings you have to add. I forgot to turn you on for that. For salt, you need a tablespoon. For dried thyme, not fresh, you have to buy dry thyme. They want 1.5 teaspoons. Cayenne pepper, you need a teaspoon. Red pepper flakes, you need a teaspoon. And you need 1 crushed bay leaf. And that is it. Except that you're going to add also 6 tablespoons of water to it before we mix it. And here's mine. I've already done this. I thought the video was on when I was giving you the herbs to put in it. So that is pretty much it. What I have to do is mix it now. So we're going to see how this goes together. They say do mix this thoroughly. At least when you make your own sausages, you don't have fillings in them. So as you can see, this is it. Just they do recommend do mix thoroughly. So if you don't, you're going to mess it up. Now, these are really spicy. Imagine making this, and then you could sit there and make meatballs out of it and make it gravy. You could serve it over rice. Just think of what you can do. Instead of having it in the casings and they're seasoning it their way, you get to season it this way. And there's so much you can do with it. So I think this is going to be really, really good today. Now, I will cover this and put it in the refrigerator for the day until it's time to make. And that's how easy it was to make the sausage. The hardest part, I guess, is if you had to chop it by hand, but you have a grinder to do. I would stuff them, but I don't know how to put them in casings or how to clean the casings, so I need somebody to show me how to do that. Once I learn that, then I can make more of this, and I can just pack it in the freezer in sausage rings, or leave it like this, some of it like this, so we can make gravies with it and cook it. We can make patties with it if we want to try it as a hamburger, or if we want to make it into a sausage, we could sit there and put it in a bun, a hoagie bun. So you think about all the different possibilities we could do if we can make this ourselves. So listen, you take care and enjoy your day. Bye-bye.